Do your eyes ever just water for like no reason? Hello and welcome back. Today I'm drinking the last of my coffee for the morning and I have my bullet journal with me because we are going to do my May TBR. This week I'm not filming a reading vlog. I'm going to put this video up tomorrow in place of the reading vlog, and that's mostly just because I read like 100 pages this week. Since my last reading vlog, I have finished The Magician's Nephew and The Last Battle. So my Narnia reread is complete. That's neither here nor there. Let's get into my TBR. I'm gonna drink more coffee first. So as I'm filming this, it is the last Friday in April, and I don't know what date that is, but I think the last day of April is next Wednesday. I no longer know. I know what day of the week it is. I don't know the date. Anyway, it's the last Friday of April. There are 4 more books that I want to finish in April, and I know one of them might be really hard to squeeze in, and so that could affect my TBR because I'm doing the Medieval-a-thon. Yay! So I stumbled upon this on Twitter, and basically I'll link the video, the announcement video below, but Holly Hearts Books does a Medieval-a-thon. She started it last summer. She's doing it again this summer. In May, it's technically spring, even though I said summer, whoops. She did it last year, she's doing it again this year, and there are 17 prompts and you can choose as many books as you want to read fitting all of those prompts. So her book goes into all the rules. I'm a little crazy. I actually filled in answers to every single prompt. However, I don't know how likely it is that I'm going to read 17 books in May. I know that it's possible I won't actually be able to read all of these books, especially because several of them are some chunky monsters. So as there are 17 prompts total, the first thing I'm going to walk through is the 7 books that I absolutely want to make sure that I read in May. If you hear a crinkling noise, it's my dog. So yeah, they're the first ones that I will be reading, and I made sure that they are across like the 3 different categories for clothes, weapons, and pet companion. But I do have a small disclaimer. This month I'm doing a project and I'm reading 3 books for this project, and I'm not announcing those 3 books until the video goes live, where I'm reading about them and talking about them. Because I've committed to that project before Medieval-a-thon, I was able to fit those books into the prompts for Medieval-a-thon. However, it's still secret. So I'll tell you which prompts those books are, and then when I post the video in a couple of weeks, I'll tell you which prompts it fulfilled. And you can find out that way. So those are my only disclaimers. I'm gonna talk through those 7 first, including the 3 secret ones, and then I'm gonna walk through all of the other books that I could potentially pick up. This actually works out perfectly because if you read 7 books in Medieval-a-thon, you get to be the empress, and I want to be an empress, and so this is perfect. Okay, so let's walk through those 7. We're gonna start with the clothing category. My TBRs are here. We're gonna start with the clothing category, and for the first article of clothing, I'm gonna try to put the picture up, but I may not be able to. So if not, it'll be linked below. It is for the prompt, a book that has yellowed. This is one of the secret books on my secret TBR, but that is a prompt that I'm going for right away. The next prompt that I'm going to be attempting is for a pristine book, and for that I am reading Pride and Prejudice. This, I mean, look how beautiful of a condition this is in. I mean, seriously. Like, it's just so lovely. For the prompt, a book with green on the cover, I want to take on the 3-body problem. This also fits in with my hashtag Savage Sci-Fi Faves read-along project. It's a project, not a read-along, but you can read it with me. So yeah, I am well on track to finish the first book in this reading project in today, hopefully today, maybe tomorrow. And the next one that I want to pick up is the 3-body problem, which is perfect because it has green on the cover. We're gonna move into the weapons category now. I'm going for the sword. And this is another book on my secret TBR that I will reveal in like 2 weeks. So yeah, I'm going for the sword prompt, which is a book that has something pointy on the cover. And I will give you a small hint. The something pointy on the cover is a paintbrush. It's a paintbrush like this. You see how this is like pointy? I thought that was super cute. And the next book that I want to read in the weapons category, I don't have the copy of yet, but I have ordered it. And that is for The Shield, which is a book you have high expectations for. And for that, I'm going to read the last of Brene Brown's books, most recently published, last one that I need to read for myself to have read all of them. I love her. And that is Dare to Lead. All right, in the pet companion category, the first book I'm going to be reading is For the Chicken, which is a book that you are scared to read. This book is also on my secret TBR. It seems like the first 3 prompts in each category wound up being books on my secret TBR. I did not plan that, but it is kind of funny to me. This book is not a scary book. However, the reason that I'm reading it is because it was recommended to me by someone who's I'm very close to, because it's this person's like favorite book of all time, and because of my relationship with them. I'm just really nervous. I'm really nervous to pick it up. I'm more nervous to pick this book up than any book I've picked up in a really long time. I'm also going for the dog prompt, which is a buddy read. And for that one, I'm going to pick up the second Earthsea book, The Tombs of Atuan. I think it's pronounced Atuan. Correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, this is the second book in the Earthsea cycle, and I'm participating in the Lagwin-along that A Frolic Through Fiction is hosting, and so that is going to be my buddy read for the month. And finally, I am also going for the horse prompt, which is to read a tall hardback. And for that, I'm picking up A Rage of Dragons. I've been wanting to read this book for a really long time. I think I found out about it before it even came out, and I've been really excited for it. I tried to read it in April. It just didn't fit in with a bunch of other stuff that I had going on. But this is like one of the biggest hardbacks I've ever seen. Honestly, like, look, it's taller than my face. So those are the 7 books that I absolutely have to read in May. Now I'm gonna walk through the rest of the prompts. I'm gonna go back to the beginning with clothes and mention the ones that I talked about, but fill in the ones that I missed. Now, I'm not committing to reading all 17 of these. However, I do want to read as much of them as I can. If I happen to read all 17, great, because again, I'm pretty sure I'm going to max out in April with 15 books, some of those which were pretty chunky, including this week when I read only like 150 pages. So it's possible. We'll just see. We'll see what happens. So going back through this, the first prompt, a book that is yellowed, is my secret book. The second prompt, a pristine book, is Pride and Prejudice. And then the third prompt is for a shiny book. And for that, I'm going to be picking up A Sorcery of Thorns. Because this is a library book, it may just be reflective in general. However, these letters are like really shiny. Hopefully you can see that the words are shiny. This book I'm kind of nervous to pick this one out because I've heard such mixed things about it. It tends to be one that a lot of people find very meh or are disappointed by. I'm excited to have opinions about it. Some of the people on BookTube who really love it, I do really love a lot of their books that they love too. Some of the people that it really disappointed, I also have similar reading tastes for. So even for myself, I have no idea which way this one's gonna go. The fourth prompt in the clothing category is a book with your favorite color on the spine. My favorite color is purple, and so for this one, I've chosen An Ordinary Princess. As you can tell, it has purple on the spine. This is a skinny spine, so maybe it's hard to tell, but this is purple. This one will probably definitely happen this month because it is, how many pages long? Oh, it is 112 pages long, so I think this is one that I can finish in one sitting. The next prompt and close is a book that has 300 pages or less, and for this I'm picking up Mrs. Frisby and the Rats of Nim. This book I read, well, actually I listened to the audiobook of it on a car ride with my family. I think we were traveling somewhere, but I don't remember anything about it. So I've been wanting to pick it back up because I remember really liking it when I was 11 or 12, and a lot of the books that I really liked when I was 11 and 12, I still really like now. So that one I'm picking up. It has like 270 pages, I think, so it's definitely under 300. A book with green on the cover. Again, I'm picking up the 3-body problem. The last prompt in the clothing category is for a book with a dragon on a cover, and for that I've chosen Tooth and Claw by Jo Walton. Again, this one I may not get to, like I've said for all the other ones. However, this will be the book that fills that prompt. I heard about this book from Jean's Bookish Thoughts, and it's a book where the main characters are all dragons, and I think that sounds awesome. All right, we're moving on to the weapons category. The first prompt in this is for the sword, and for that, again, I'm picking up a secret book. The next prompt is for a pair of daggers, which is start or finish a duology. And for that, I'm picking up Crooked Kingdom. I read Six of Crows last fall, so a year and a half ago, and I really loved it. And the only reason I haven't picked up Crooked Kingdom yet is just because I keep getting distracted. This book is definitely, post the 7 I have to read, this book is probably the one that I'm the most excited to pick up. And so if I read all 7 of those, this will probably be the 8th one I pick up. Because I've been wanting to finish this duology for a really long time. And the only reason I haven't is because I keep getting distracted. I own this book on my Kindle, and books that I own, I tend to kind of take for granted and forget about because I use the library so much, usually, not right now. And library books have to be returned after 3 to 6 weeks, depending on if you get an extension or not. And so they tend to take priority over books that I own. I'm figuring out what to do about that. But yeah, Crooked Kingdom will be the prompt for finish or start a duology. For the bow, I have to read a book with romance in it or just a romance book. And I'm hoping to pick up the second Curse Breakers book, A Heart So Fierce and Broken. This one is on hold at the library for the ebook, and it says I have 3 weeks left on the wait list. So I think I should be able to access this towards the second half of May. For the Axe, this is also a book I have on hold at the library, and that is Dune. This is one that says I have 4 weeks left on the wait list. People can return the book early, so that may not be accurate, but at maximum it's estimating 4 weeks. And the cool thing about ebooks is that once your time expires, you're like forced to return them. It just automatically does that. So I'll definitely get a hold of this by the end of May. Will I be able to finish it in May? I have no idea, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna see if I can get that Axe with Dune. We'll see. Again, for the Shield, which is the final prompt in the weapons category, a book I have high expectations for. I already referenced this, and it's Dare to Lead by Brene Brown. All right, moving to the pet companion category. The first prompt is The Chicken. I talked about this, it's a secret book. The second prompt is The Goat, which is a book that's high on my bookshelves. This is my bookshelf, and so I picked a book from the top shelf, which is Mansfield Park by Jane Austen. This is the 3rd one that she published. I'm currently reading these in publication order. Sense and Sensibility I have open. Pride and Prejudice is one of my top 7 books, so I'll definitely read this after Pride and Prejudice, and that's the one I'm hoping to fulfill the goat prompt. Will I get a goat? We'll find out. I talked about The Dog, which is the buddy read, and that's our C book. The book that I picked to fulfill the cat prompt, which is a book that starts with a C, is Confessions of an Ugly Stepsister. I love the film adaptation of this. It's a Cinderella retelling. I've had the book on my Kindle for a really long time. Very similar to Crooked Kingdom. I just take for granted that I own it and never get around to it. So we'll see if I get around to it this month. But this will be the one that will fulfill the cat prompt if I can get there. For the horse prompt, I already referenced that I'm going to be reading Rage of Dragons. For the final pet companion prompt, it's for a fox, which is read a book with orange on the cover. I have a small disclaimer for this one. There's 2 books that might fill this prompt. The first one is Assassin's Apprentice by Robin Hobb. I'm hoping to finish this one in April, but if I'm not able to, I'm going to roll it into May. I'm not going to start it in April if I don't have time to finish it. I'll put it in May instead to fulfill the fox prompt. The edition that I have does have orange on the cover. I know that a lot don't, but for whatever reason, the one that I have does. This is what the cover looks like in black and white. I'll put up a picture of it in color. Orange on the cover. But hopefully I can finish that one in April, in which case I'll be picking up Ash Lords to fulfill the fox prompt for orange on the cover. As you can tell, there's orange on the cover. I know nothing about this book. I don't even remember who I heard talk about it on BookTube, but I heard someone talk about it on BookTube, and whatever they said about it, I thought, that sounds great, and I got it from my library. I actually picked this up the day before the library's closed, so that's kind of cool. Well, that is 17 books that we just talked about. Some of them got referenced twice. 7 of them, to be exact, got referenced twice. What will I be able to read? What order am I picking them up after I finish the 7 that I definitely want to finish? I don't know. Other than probably Crooked Kingdom's pretty high, Ordinary Princess is pretty high, the library books are pretty high. I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see how many books I can read. If I had to guess, I'd say I think I can read 12. I think 12 is a good number. Maybe 10 if it's a little bit of a busy month, or if some of the books take me a while. Maybe 14 if it's a really good month. I don't really know if I can finish all 17, but I guess we're gonna find out. So that's all I have for my May TBR today. I'm looking forward to seeing how my progress goes. Are you guys doing Medieval-a-thon? I think it's really cool. I'm so glad I stumbled upon it on Twitter and then got connected to Holly Hart's books. She's a delightful booktuber, and Medieval-a-thon sounds amazing. Anyway, I'm excited. If you have May TBRs that you've posted, be sure to let me know. Link me to, the Instagram or the Twitter, or if you did a YouTube video about it, so that I can find out what you're wanting to read in May. And until next time, I hope you're having a great day, taking care of yourself and the people around you. I made this really cute spread of all of my books. Hey, sweetie. Hi, Missy, is it possible for you to, go over there? Go get him. Wow. Oh my gosh, we just moved the couch like 6 inches by jumping on it.